double-digit figures.
Yeah.
It's just that the standard that we have for a certain Jumar Fajardo is really up there.
Some people are happy to get 18 rebounds in a conference.
Yeah, I know a few people in general here in the league who are happy to get at least 10 or even close to that.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at the Meralco Bolts right now, because the Meralco Bolts have been trending upwards. You can see there, you take a look at, I believe that maybe Aaron Black there, who's not ready to play, but they have been trending upward. The last two games, they held their opposition to under 100 points. Northport with only 94, and when they played against NX Road Warriors, only held them to 91.
Well, I always say good D leads to great offense, and they did just that against the #1 team at that time, Northport, who was really playing so well, and they held them to a mere 18.8 from three-point land. Imagine 3 out of 16 for a team that's been red hot. Free throws, they had more free throws. Yes, Northport did, but I think the better percentage was from Meralco. So they got that big W by 17 points. They shot better from three-point land, basically ×2 percentage-wise, and they really created havoc on the rebounding end. They won that by 12, and the points off the turnovers, they turned garbage into gold.
Well, let's take a look at Chris Banquero here, because Chris Banquero, 25 points against Northport Battle last time around, including shooting very well. He had an all-around game, and sometimes he's one of the stars that maybe some people overlook, because there are just so many weapons here for the Meralco Bolts, but he is one of the guys who can suddenly explode on the offensive end.
In a lot of ways, I've been sort of a Chris Banquero fan. Even before he got to the PBA, when he was playing in the other league, I really thought he could really make great things happen, and he does. But he sort of does it, like you said, in flashes. So when some teams sort of go to sleep on him, he burns the you-know-what out of them. And Northport felt that last game against the best player, Chris Banquero, who previously had 11 points versus NLEX, but he had 25, so ×2 plus against Northport. 4 out of 9, 44% from the field against NLEX. 67 really turning it up against Northport. Had 4 boards, so that's up, and he had a better assist distribution as well. 4 versus NLEX, 6 versus Northport.
Well, this is a team that, in contrast to their opposition right now, stuck with their import, their reinforcement, Akil Mitchell. He missed a few games due to injury, replaced him for a few due to that injury with their import with the EASL, and he was worth the wait. Akil Mitchell starting to round into form as well, looking healthier game by game, and led them to those 2 wins last time around.
Yeah, he's really a good import, to really have around, and he complements the current Bolts roster. 30 and 13, nice little double-double for him. And let's talk about those 5 steals in just a second, but he was 12 out of 20 from the field, 60%. 9 steals from the whole team, he had 5 of them.
All right, so let's turn it over to the floor and hear from the players themselves.
Our game for today, our provincial Saturday game presented by Arena Plus, features the San Miguel Beermen versus the Meralco Bolts. Let us now meet the players from both teams. First, from the San Miguel Beermen. Number 0, Simon Enciso. Number 1, Chris Rosales. Number 2, Don Troliano. Number 3, Mo Taldua. Number 6, Chris Ross. Number 11, Andreas Kahili. Number 13, Marshall Messenger. Number 15, Junmar Fajardo. Number 21, Sharon Tang. Number 23, Malik Po. Number 33, Wami Johnson. Number 39, Jericho Cruz. Number 77, CJ Perez. And number 91, Rodney Brondial. Together with their teammate Eva Nava. Kasama rin ng San Miguel Beermen, ang kabataan ng Candon City. And now please welcome the players from the Meralco Bolts. Number 1, Aaron Black. Number 6, Chris Banquero. Number 7, Left Hodge. Number 8, Kurt Grayson. Number 11, Chris Newsom. Number 17, Anjo Cana. Number 19, Bo Quinto. Number 20, Raymond Almazan. Number 23, Alvin Pasahol. Number 25, Akil Mitchell. Number 27, Jansen Rios. Number 29, Norbert Torres. Number 32, Cal Pascual. Number 33, Brandon Bates. Number 10, Jolo Mendoza. 71, CJ Cancino, together with their teammate Raymar Jose. And together, kasama rin nila ang kabataan ng Candon City. At para magbigay ng mensahe para sa mga taga-Candon City, tawagin natin ang mga sumusunod na players. First off, from San Miguel, Beermen, please welcome CJ Perez.
Ano daw? Naimbang na rabi, Candon City. Naraksak kami, naarating kami ng mga entertainment. Sabi ko mag-enjoy kayo. And sa lahat po nag-invite sa amin, maraming salamat. And God bless po sa inyo. Agyaman kami.
Maraming salamat, CJ Perez.
Norte, thank you for coming. And we hope we all give you a good show tonight. But special thank you to Mayor Eric Sison and Vice Mayor Crystal Singson as well. Thank you for all your support and hope we give you a good game. God bless everyone.
Thank you so much, Chris Newsom.
Agyaman Unay.
And now, let us meet the starters first for the San Miguel Beermen. Guard from Ibaan, Batangas, number 33, Wami Johnson. Shooting guard from Bautista, Pangasinan, number 77, CJ Perez. Small forward from Santiago, Ilocos Sur, number 13, Marshall Lessiter. Power forward is the Beermen's import, number 23, Malik Poo. And at center from Pinamungahan, Cebu, number 15, Junmar Fajardo. Coaching the Beermen is Leo Austria. Let us now meet the starters for the Meralco Bulls. Point guard from Isabela, number 6, Chris Banquero. Shooting guard from Pitik, Ilocos Norte, number 11, Chris Newsom. Small forward from Quezon City, number 19, Bo Quinto. Power forward is the Bulls import, number 25, Akil Mitchell. Net center from Pasig City, number 33, Brendan Bates. Coaching the Bulls is Luigi Trujillo. Before we begin this game, we'd like to
Reignited rivalry. This is Meralco against the San Miguel Beermen. As we take a look at the starters here today, of course, the Meralco Bulls and San Miguel, represented by a few proud Ilocanos as well, as we return to Candon City in Ilocos Sur. Paulo Del Rosario alongside Vince the Prince Season on the call here for you on Pilipinas Live and on PBA Rush. Can't wait to have this here with you. Fantastic stadium, great fans as always, as we get ready for the ceremonial tip here. There's Mayor Eric Singson of Candon City, Ilocos Sur, being joined by officials from both teams as well as the players at center court. Vince, you know, going out of town is always a treat for the PBA, for both the fans and the players. It's just great to see everyone come together and to celebrate the game.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, I've had the opportunity to play on this card when it was really brand spanking new. And all I can say is, wow, what a fantastic facility. A great place to not just have basketball games, but have all sorts of events, concerts, and whatnot. Great on you, Mayor Singson, and the entire group here from the city of Candon for a beautiful and wonderful place for basketball and great family entertainment.
And of course, here the starters for the San Miguel Beermen. Wami Chongson, CJ Perez leading charge. Malik Pope making his debut. Junmar Fajardo and Marshall Lessiter rounding that out. Relatively smaller start, I guess. As we take a look at the starting lineup here for the Meralco Bulls. Playing a big here as well.
Yeah.
Brandon Bates alongside Keelan Mitchell. Take a look at Sir Peter Bala leading the charge for the PBA game officials as we welcome you to Canton City. Tip-off is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Naimbag Arabii, Ilocos, as we give you the PBA live from Ilocos Sur. Vince, just take a look at the San Miguel Beermen here, who needed that win against the Magnolia Hotshots as Wami Chongson misses the first shot of the game. Marshall Lasser gets the offensive rebound here. You take a look at the San Miguel Beermen, new import again. Are they getting too used to the fact that, all right, we're still looking, we're still auditioning for that right reinforcement to play alongside June Martin?
Like you were mentioning, they changed a lot, but if you're going to tinker, you got to tinker from basically beginning up until now. So I have a feeling they're not going to make any more changes. So let's just see how good is Malik Pope and how he blends well with these guys.
And how good is Chris Newsom there in the corner with a triple, or may that be a long two? So that's a triple listed down there. He is from Ilocos Norte, at least his family is, as you take a look at the fact that Chris Newsom has been trending upwards in terms of individual performance.
Yeah, definitely. He can really play well on a given night, and whoa, almost 2 in a row.
That's a heat check.
Sometimes he has some frustrations, I guess you could say, with that outside jumper, but when he hits the big ones, he really goes for the jugular, goes for those W's.
Here's Junmar Fajardo working against Bates, and Junmar Fajardo bullies his way inside, gets the foul from Bates.
And, you know, Brandon Bates is just going to have a tough time all night, you know, with the experience, the girth, and all of that, you know, great play that the, you know, many-time MVP, the Kraken Junmar Fajardo brings to the table.
You know, Junmar Fajardo, it doesn't matter who plays in front of him, whether he be a veteran, whether it be a young guy who feels that he hits the gym a lot, Junmar Fajardo able to move anyone around.
Yeah, like I've mentioned before, I've actually been in the gym with him, and he is a beast. I mean, he's definitely moving a lot of...
Here's Bong Quinto. Chris Banquero. Great find, Chris Newsom. Hit one from there, makes that 2.
Ooh.
2 triples here for Chris Newsom to open up the scoring. 6 points against the 2 of San Miguel.
That's great news for the Bolts fans. You know, if he can consistently hit those shots, just opens up so many different options for other guys on the inside.
Junmar Fajardo missing from close range. No field goal yet for the San Miguel Beermen. Here's Bong Quinto. Same spot as Chris, not the same result. CJ Perez going the other way now. CJ trying to attack off the dribble. Junmar Fajardo inside, foul and 1.
There is just no reaching and going soft when you're trying to guard Junmar. Great find here from CJ Perez, but you know, Akil Mitchell just kind of slapping him. You can't do that. If you're gonna foul, you might as well make the most of it.
Junmar Fajardo, obviously one of the players that is always at the top of the scouting list when you play a San Miguel Beermen. It feels like Junmar Fajardo, at least in the initial parts of this contest, the instruction is to dump it to Junmar inside and let him go to work early, because he's only scored 12.5 points in the last 2 games. We know that he can do so much better than that. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
As a Chris Banquero able to sail in for 2.
When he gets, you know, a full head of steam going, he knows how to go from 0 to 100, lickety split. And that's what Chris Banquero did. He went right to the rack really quick.
Oh, here's Junmar again, and Junmar misses.
Junmar taking a lot of shots tonight. Bates going right down the middle.
Just a bit too strong there. Chris Newsom trying to get the follow. That'll be 2 free throws, though. Malik Pope saying that that should have been a walk on Brandon Bates. Let's take a look at this again. Little hesitation attacking Pope.
Yeah, he just got around that corner, got around Wami Chongson, and he just, like I said, turned on the afterburners.
All right, now, you know, you're taking a look at the way that San Miguel, rather Meralco, have been attacking San Miguel. It feels like Chris Banquero, he's not afraid to drive at Wami Chongson at all.
No.
Let's see if that continues throughout the game, as Chris Newsom has had a hot start here for the Meralco Bolts.
And again, as long as Newsom can hit those shots, and maybe Kier gets into it as well, more lanes will be open for guys like Banquero to go straight to the rack.
Now, for those wondering who Kier is, that is Bong Quinto. Vince just loves his middle name.
I don't know why they call him Bong. I mean, Kier just sounds so much cooler.
CJ Perez unable to finish there. We go the other way. Akil Mitchell running the floor here. Mitchell finding Chris Banquero. Pick and roll here as he goes on the attack. Finding Bong Quinto. He attacks. He drives. Goes baseline. Finds himself open. Shot no good. Here's Marshall Lassiter. The tap. Finds Chris Newsome. Back to Banquero now. Banquero on the attack. Finds Bong Quinto. Goes close. Oh, hammered. No foul. That will be a block.
That is a lot of contact for a no call. Looked like he just got like a bowling pin. Hello. But again, referee letting it go. That is up to the player now to make adjustments.
5-1 lead here for the Meralco Bolts early on. 8:31 left here in the first quarter. Want to find inside to Akil Mitchell working on Pope. Will shoot two. We haven't seen a lot from Pope, but to be fair, he hasn't gotten a touch of the ball on the offensive end.
Not really, but you can tell already. Very lanky, 6'10", really long arms. I expect him to get a, if not blocks, a lot of like changed or altered shots.
Well, here's the Pilipinas Live poll question. Who will take the win at the Candon City Arena? Will it be San Miguel Beermen or the Meralco Bolts? You can answer that poll on the Pilipinas Live app, which you can download on the Google Play Store, on Google Play rather, or on the App Store, or visit PilipinasLive.com. Download and register now for free. Akil Mitchell, not the typical high-scoring import that some guys have. I think about high scoring, I think about George King and those and the likes of those guys. But Akil Mitchell, I think the only way to describe him is a winner. He does what he needs to do to get the win for the Meralco Bolts.
Yeah, he definitely plays hard, plays pretty good D. Smart player. Again, not the best scorer or shooter, but again, he gets other guys involved.
Here's CJ Perez attacking Akil Mitchell on the drive, but he gets the tap. Here's Bong Quinto now. Quinto finding Chris Newsome, sails in and scores high off the glass. Cue the timeout for the San Miguel Beermen, and the Meralco Bolts are off on a trot. 12-5 in favor of the Meralco Bolts. And the San Miguel Beermen have some work to do. Make it 13-5 as the score corrected itself there. We'll be right back.
Nakilala na nga natin ang pang-apat na import ng SMB this conference. This is the first time of Malik Pope here in the Philippines, at bago dito, galing siya sa EuroLeague. According to him, pagdating pa lang daw niya ng Pilipinas, ramdam niya na talaga yung warmth ng mga Pilipino, lalo na dito sa Candon City. Kaya kung nag-enjoy daw ang kaibigan niya na si Benny Coldright dito sa PBA, kumpiyansa siya na siya rin. And if there's one thing he learned in the EuroLeague, it's taking care of business. Today is an important day for him. Other than it's his PBA debut, it's also his father's death anniversary. So let's see how he rises to the occasion and handles the pressure here in Candon City.
Well, that was Naj Mirabales with that report on Malik Pope. As finally, the San Miguel Beermen get going, courtesy of that long-range bomb coming from CJ Perez. Malik Pope coming in with experience from the EuroLeague, experience all over the world, really. And he has been one of the guys that, well, the latest guy that the San Miguel Beermen are going to be hoping would do well alongside Jumar and the rest of the guys. What's important for an import for the San Miguel Beermen?
Well, usually they give about a quarter for you to sort of feel your way around the court and see how things are going, and then they expect you to just turn it up. And basically, when you're dealing with an import for San Miguel, you don't have to be Superman and do everything for everybody. You just have to be a great complementer and take charge when need be.
Well, just a while ago, Brandon Bates, who fouled Junior Fajardo, had a nice block on Marshall Lasseter, who went on the drive. You know, we were talking a bit off air where I felt that Brandon Bates was perhaps a bit underrated as a player in general, simply because his game is actually predicated a lot on defense as well.
Yeah, and he's, again, a very active guy. He's all over on the defensive end, and he's blocking out, and he's trying to take up space. So a great addition for the Bolts.
Well, speaking of defense, Raymond Almazan got the stop there after replacing Brandon Bates, and that'll be a foul from Junmar Fajardo and Akil Mitchell.
Caught a big fish with a foul on the Kraken. Again, you could see that Mitchell was a little bit hesitant to sort of go up. He looks to pass first, and you know, when it comes to imports, usually they're expected to shoot first.
Yeah. Well, Junmar Fajardo there wasn't just a big fish, he's a Kraken. The annual NBA Watch and Win is back. Watch the live games on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports and Pilipinas Live from January 13 to February 16, 2025. And wait for the questions to be flashed on screen during breaks. Visit nba.onesports.ph after to send your answers. Akil Mitchell could not get either free throw as we go the other way. Malik Pope with the rebound. Here's Wami Chongson now. CJ Perez, who's starting to heat up here for the San Miguel Beermen. Gets it back from Marshall Lasseter. Marshall getting the pick there from Junmar Fajardo. Now it's CJ Perez's turn. Coming off the switch, shooting over Akil Mitchell. And that is a splash.
Well, he's just a competitor, and he'll find a way. Great scorers aren't one-dimensional. They can do it inside, outside, snipe, drive in, you know, go outside of their comfort zone, in other words, to make good things happen.
Akil Mitchell attacking Pope now. Working inside, flips that up. And that goes in. Did Raymond Almazan touch it?
Again, even that one, I could tell Akil is a little bit, you know, not so comfortable in taking shots. He's looking to look for somebody. But again, he's learning as time goes by game, that they're expecting him to step up.
CJ Perez, another triple. Unable to get that to go. Right now, the only scorers for the San Miguel Beermen are Junmar Fajardo and CJ Perez, both with 5 points each. Chris Banquero. Oh! Weaves his way through the D.
That was a nice little ball fake. Caught everybody flat-footed. He kissed it high and soft off of the Pepsi glass.
Well, you know what? Chris Banquero, you could tell he was looking for the right pass and said, let me do it myself. Here's Wami Chongson. He's an offensive firebomb himself, and that time Wami Chongson just found his spot.
He used to really take over games for his former team, and they're looking at him to also step up when need be. He's not just a point guard, he's a points guard for them.
Well, 100%. So he came in that trade that ended, landed him here in San Miguel Beermen, coming from the Terra Firma Jeep. As we take a look at Chris Banquero in that silky smooth move inside.
Nice, goes in left, does a nice little crossover, a look away, pass, fake, and then he goes up very high and soft with that right hand.
Anjo Karam set to come in as well. With Anjo Karam, what he lacks in size, he makes up for in confidence in his own shot. And his competitiveness on the defensive end, actually. Here's Bon Quinto getting free, spot up three, no good.
Again, he's been a little bit off. If he was on, man, they'd have like a, you know, a 30-12 lead or something to that effect.
Bon Quinto right now has yet to make a field goal. He's 0 of 5 from the field. Malik Pope with his first basket. Welcome to the PBA.
Again, showing off his range. Let's see what else he has in his bag of tricks.
Swinging things around here. Here is Raymond Almazan. PG Cancino in the game for the first time, by the way, for the Meralco Bolts, as Anjo Karam is pushed out of bounds by Junmar Fajardo. So that may be his second foul here, talking about Junmar.
Yes. The Kraken is going to have a possibility of taking a seat because, you know, you don't want to risk him getting his third foul this early as we look at Mr. Pope getting it done. His little jab and just rising up.
Well, typically, when you're a Pope in the Philippines, you have a lot of fans. Let's see if he gains some here. Off the mark there for the Meralco Bolts. 3-point lead for Meralco, though. Past the halfway point of this first quarter. 4:17 left. Here's Chris Ross making his first appearance here in this game, as well as Don Troliano. Here's the Don finding Malik Pope. Pope, short shot clock. Settles for the jumper, and that is smooth.
Again, when you have a big guy that tall who can hit those shots from that far away, that just opens up things for Junmar to do his thing inside.
Well, he's looking like he has a smooth jumper. As Cancino hands it off now to Almazan. Here's Pong Quinto. Raymond Almazan getting it back to Quinto, swinging that around to Akil Mitchell. That jumper is good as well. Long two for him.
A little shooting contest between the imports, Mitchell and Pope.
Well, Pope with 4 points, perfect from the field so far. Akil Mitchell.
That's going to be a push off.
That's going to be a push.
Uh-oh. We didn't just get a big fish. We got the Kraken in big time trouble. And by the way, do you know what the Kraken is?
The Kraken's like a giant octopus.
It is, and it's a mythical sea monster that used to appear off of the coast of Norway. So the European Kraken is in big time trouble with three.
He's the Asian Kraken.
He's the Scandinavian.
No, the Filipino Kraken. All right, Junmar Fajardo with foul trouble here. 16-19. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Nagbabalik po ang PBA para sa laban ng San Miguel Beermen at Meralco Bolts. According to Coach Luigi Trillo, isa sa mga factors ng maganda nilang pinapakita ay unti-unti nang may konti lang soreness on his knee because of his past injury. According to the Meralco coach, if you've observed their last 2 games, the improvements in their defense have really made an impact. Magiging mas challenging lang itong araw na to para sa kanila dahil nga other than may desperation na on the part of SMB, ay may bago pa silang import na based on their scouting report, known to block shots at effective rebounder. But as always, they just have to play right and stay sharp.
And that'll be a travel on CJ Perez. Naj Miravales with that report. And Vince, you know, we're talking a bit about it, how the improved defense of the Meralco Bolts is actually one of the reasons why they've been winning lately. As we take a look at this stop here, there was no one to pass to really for CJ Perez, and he held on to it.
He tried to, like, it looked like sort of volleyball, push the ball over to his teammate, and
no one was there.
Couldn't get out of his hand.
So the Meralco Bolts are actually, I believe they are around 8th.
Ooh.
And here's another chance
Chris
for them.
Ross.
So they're 8th in terms of points allowed, as there is Jericho Cruz getting an easy 2.
That's what he does. He's very strong, but a wonderful steal. Good lift off the bench from Chris Ross.
That's what Chris Ross does. We all know him as a dynamic defender. What a block there from Pope.
Very long arms.
Well, Nadia did mention it a while ago that that is going to be one of his key skill sets here, being able to block shots. Here's Chris Ross, finding Pope inside, and Pope couldn't finish.
He's going to realize you got to go very, very aggressively to the rack.
And that's great interior passing. Raymond Almazan not getting the call and not getting the basket as well, but the ball will stay with the white shirts. Now, the bench has come up big here for San Miguel Beermen after a relatively cathartic start for San Miguel. They are within 1 as Cliff Hodge has entered the fray, ready to dive at every single ball on the floor.
We should definitely have like a, you know, Cliff hits his wallet on the wood.
Oh, and that's looking good here for the Meralco Bolts.
Jansen Rio, I've been saying this for many years. I've worked with him in my time with Adamson, along with Don Triliano, and they have very identical shooting, you know.
Really?
Yes. But at the time, you would have guessed that Jansen would have been the better of the 2 shooters. It's just, I guess you could say, his his thing that sort of brings him down. Sometimes he loses confidence, whereas Don doesn't care.
Raymond Almazan, that is true, by the way. Raymond Almazan getting the miss and getting the basket, pushing the lead up here for Meralco, 24-18.
It's difficult to get guys to just keep shooting when they start missing a little bit. They get, they feel that they're letting the team down, and they shy away.
There's Mo Tautua. Will do the same thing.
Wide open.
Well, Mo typically, he normally wears a mask, not this time around. Wonder if that changed his perspective of the game.
We got 3 Adamson guys on the court right now. Jericho Cruz, Jansen Rios, and Dong Giordano.
Oh, and Raymond Almazan with a nice turnaround J.
Again, I think, Meralco shouldn't waste the fact that San Miguel is in the penalty. They're over the limit, so they can go hard and try to maximize getting even more fouls.
Jericho Cruz called for a pick here from Mo Tautua. Settles for the triple, in and out. That's a strong rebound there coming from Jansen Rios.
He's athletic.
Yes, he is.
Very high leaper.
A lot of Adamson guys on the floor. Don't remember, even Coach Leo Austria has a lot of history with Adamson.
Yeah, so technically he's on the floor.
Yeah, technically.
Just on the blue part of it.
But he's still standing on it.
He's closer we are. Whoa, that was a turnover.
And Jericho Cruz, short shot clock. Looking for 4. In and out. And here's Hodge with the heave. And that'll do it for the first quarter here with the Meralco Bolts in charge against the San Miguel Beermen. Hot start for Meralco, coming off early threes from this guy, Chris Newsom. Chris Newsom with the hottest start here, making his kababayans proud. He's from Ilocos Norte, and he went a bit down south, got 10 in the first quarter in Ilocos Sur.
Definitely great numbers from Chris. Gave his team, a big lift to start out this ball game. 3 out of 5 from the field. Didn't miss a free throw, 2 out of 2, and hit some really nice long bombs.
26-18 after 1. We'll be right back.
Naaalala niya lang daw dahil binabanggit natin. Lesson learned naman daw para sa kanila. Pero sa puntong ito, na hindi na maganda yung tinatakbo nila this conference, hindi ang makabawi ang nasa isip nila, kung hindi ang manalo lang. Yun lang. Magiging challenging lang dahil kahapon lang nila nakasama itong si Malik. Kung sa personality daw, walang problema. Pero yung chemistry, dito natin makikita. Pero syempre, lahat ibibigay para makabangon at maipanalo ang larong ito.
That was Nadia with that report. Of course, just one day working out with a new import. It's always going to be a bit difficult, but it's up to the locals to pick up the slack here and try and figure out how they can make the most of his presence.
Yeah, well, I guess the good side of changing your import so much is you're constantly learning about what they can do, and you have to adjust.
Here's the Meralco Bolts. Great first quarter for them off the hot shooting of Chris Newsom, who's not on the floor at the moment.
Once again, lockdown defender Chris Ross not making things easy.
Speaking of defense here, great job, by the way, from the Meralco Bolts to limiting the San Miguel Beermen in all of their offensive production, because we all know that each and every single member of this San Miguel team can explode at any moment. Here's Cliff Hodge offering the pick here to Anjo Cara. Cara finding Hodge. Hodge settles for the jumper. Unable to get that to go. Always an interesting shot, the form of Cliff Hodge.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's worth a study, actually.
Somebody
could do a thesis on
No, but we
how that
know-
thing actually goes in the hole.
We do know if Cliff has a free throw later, we can talk about that. But here's Mo Tautua going to work inside. He's a big man who can stretch the floor. And sometimes we find him a bit buried in this San Miguel lineup simply because there's so many talented big men on this group.
Correct, Mundo. And, you know, he is a guy who definitely takes up a lot of real estate, and he brings that toughness that the Beermen like.
Here's Anjo Karam trying to get the shot, but that's good defense from Big Mo.
I think he partially blocked it.
Here's Pope going at it by himself, and that will be a jump ball. Hodge holding on to it. Great defense there coming from Cliff Hodge.
Pope not used to the ruggedness of the PBA brand of play just yet, but let's see if he can, you know, turn the heat up a little bit. Goes in. Hodge played pretty good. That could have been a foul too.
Yeah, you take a look at that. Could have been a foul, but then the referee focused on the hold on the ball. Cliff Hodge unable to win that. As here's Jericho Cruz. Thinking about the triple, finds Big Mo inside instead. Norbert Torres trying to control Big Mo Tautua. Mo unable to get the shot from close range.
Everything but the shot. What a pretty move, though.
Here's Mendoza. Mendoza settles for the jumper. Well, he just entered the game, and he got his first two.
He's looking for that shot. You can tell. He's probably had some very good practices. I always say the guys who shoot the best in the games are the ones who've had the best practices.
Here is Jericho Cruz. Swing that around to Mo Tautua. Mo on the attack. Back to Jericho Cruz. Norbert Torres right in front of him. 6 seconds on the shot clock here. Jericho Cruz with the jumper. Little stutter step. No good. Cliff Hodge comes away with the rebound. And Anjo Karam actually did a good job boxing out there, holding off the taller defender, Jansen Rios, and able to get the shot to fall. Here's Chris Ross now. 6-point lead for the Meralco Bolts as the San Miguel Beermen swing things around. Here's Pope. Oh!
Yep. You can tell he has got a confident stroke, even from beyond the arc there.
Well, so far, when it comes to shooting stroke here, he's an answered prayer for the San Miguel Beermen. Here's Norbert Torres. Swing that around to Mendoza. Can't answer back with 3 of his own. Rios unable to get the rebound. It falls to Pope. And Pope, well, that shot won't go in because there was a foul underneath. Mendoza trying to hold on to Trollano anyway.
Well, Trollano is a beast down there. An absolute load. So they were trying to go, since they had a little bit of a bounce in the house situation, go over the top.
Here's Chris Ross to set to initiate the play here with 19 seconds on the shot clock for the San Miguel Beermen. Don Trollano working his way inside. Finding Mo Tautua. He has that shot, but misses that time. Here's Cliff Hodge.
Ooh.
The little Euro a bit too far. Chris Ross on the floor. Here's Rodney Brondial, another Adamson guy.
Correct. There's a
Jericho Cruz
lot
as well.
of Falcons flying around here in the Candor.
And here's Don Trollano. Oh, and that's good. That is love free.
That was pretty. Again, he has that confidence. You know, he's had excellent coaching. No, just kidding.
No, you're not joking.
No, he's a great guy.
You're not joking.
He definitely knows how to put points on the board. Again, you can't teach that.
Norbert Torres, long three, that's good.
Wow.
Good answer here for Norbert.
That was nice. Again, he has sort of morphed his game a little bit from when he first started. He was kind of just basically an interior guy, maybe a little bit outside, short 17, but now he has stretched that all the way out.
Jericho Cruz left open for a second. No good there. We go the other way. Here's Anjo Karam. Mendoza, he asked for it. Now finding Norbert Torres. Norbert, back to Karam. Second chance points there. 8 there for the Meralco Bolts. That's a key number we're going to have to watch. Anjo Karam misses on the drive to the rim. 31-28. Meralco still in charge, courtesy of that triple coming from Norbert Torres. Torres trying to keep Mo Tautua back. Ooh. Oh, and that is a big boy move from Mo.
Bully ball. Norbert Torres just hits the deck like a ton of bricks. Big Mo making his presence felt. Look at this. 1, 2, and kaboom.
That's the weight room for you as Mo Taotua going strong inside, finishing with the left after erasing the defender. Cue the timeout for Meralco. 1-point lead for the Bolts. We'll be right back.
And this is a good thing for us. They are our contender to get into the top 8. But regarding the execution, especially in the defense, we're able to adjust. At the start, we have a good game at running our plays, but it was disrupted. But I have to thank this player because of their talent on a broken play, and that's what I'm expecting from them, especially CJ. And I know CJ, he will not afraid to take those important shots, crucial shots, and that's what I like those players.
That was Coach Leo Austria talking about the importance of that clutch play against the Magnolia Hot Shots. That was a tight, contested matchup. As right now we have Akil Mitchell still here on the free throw line. Welcome back. You're still watching PBA. Junmar Fajardo back on the floor. As let's check this out, because that was actually a foul on Junmar Fajardo.
Is this his 4th?
It looks like it's a little tap there on his head. He felt it on the mask, I'm sure. Talking about Akil Mitchell.
Oh man, that is really changing the complexity of the outlook of, well, obviously his playing time.
I think it might be his 3rd foul. We're going to have to double check that because the stats that we see here is 3, but I think we counted 4. So we're going to double check that in just a bit. But Akil Mitchell with a chance here to split the free throws.
Nice little stroke. Got to realize that, when you're looking at the technical side of shooting, it's really important you have the right kind of spin. That means you're actually shooting the ball properly.
Well, there you go inside to Jericho Cruz now. Showing a quick double. Foul blown against Mendoza, I believe.
Mendoza's not the biggest guy, but he's tough.
Yes, he
not
is.
giving up an inch to Jericho Cruz, the mighty Guamanian.
Chamorro.
They got some big beefy dudes over there in Guam.
Oh yes, and when you watch him play for Guam and the way that he leads the floor when he runs, it just feels right. Here's Rayson going inside, kicking that out to Mendoza, relocates for the jumper, and that is the shooter's bounce.
You can tell he's got the confidence to go up with these shots. He's actively pursuing and looking for open opportunities to get the shot off, because he feels if he can shoot it, he can make it.
Junmar Fajardo gets it inside. Settles for the jumper off the glass. Mr. Fundamental-like.
Big fundamentals. What do we... Tim Duncan.
Oh, Rayson coming up with a jumper of his own. And it feels like no matter what San Miguel does, Meralco answer back.
We just got a new name, Duncan Kraken.
Well, I don't know if we can make that work, but let's see.
Or the Kraken fundamentals? I don't know. Anyways, we're just having fun, and Junmar just showing off just another aspect of what he can do. Again, for a big guy, his size, his strength, he's got great touch.
Don Trollano in his bag, getting 2 of his own. Again, Don Trollano, I'll never forget the story that Don Trollano at one point was the guy they were choosing between him and Jordan Clarkson in the 2018 Asian Games. And Coach Yang Yao referred to him as Jordan Clarkson. Norbert Torres comes up with a steal.
They got numbers if they can get the ball down court.
And they do have it now, and that's going to be a violation. As it looks like Mendoza wasn't able to get that pass away.
Yeah, that's a pity because they had the numbers. If they could have just gotten the ball safely down court, they would have had a 3-on-1.
Well, to their credit, Meralco, rather to San Miguel's credit, they spared their blushes because that was a sloppy play, backed up by another sloppy play, and now chance for them to get the positive net exchange from that.
I like that. You got a countancy going on here.
We gotta have it. Well, we are counting up.
All right.
As Don Trollano misses, but then unable to get the second chance to go, and that's going to be a foul. Looks like Jumar Fajardo held down.
And he hits the deck. It's not easy to knock down the big Norwegian.
Well, you know, the Kraken.
Norwegian wood. No, that's not good.
That's not working either. I like how you're trying to come up with a new nickname. The Kraken works, my friend.
It does.
Timeout on the floor here. 3 points as Vince will go and check out his thesaurus to try and figure out what else he can describe the Kraken as. 37-34. We'll be right back.
You know, you grow from that, you can take it and but those things kind of make you have a chip on your shoulder. Nobody remembers second place. You've got to win one to gain the respect.
Gotta win one to get the respect. Let's take a look at that moment, by the way. First time, the sweetest. You never forget your first. Meralco Bulls who won their first ever PBA championship in the season 48 Philippine Cup. And what a way to do it. Coach Luigi Trillo, of course, all smiles there in that photo. As it was Chris Newsom who hit the decisive basket. As Rayson getting the steal. Mendoza keeping it alive there. You know, it's important for a franchise to win their first, especially for Meralco, who have literally been bridesmaids so many times in dramatic fashion. As Rayson cuts inside and gets that over Wami Johnson.
That was a sneaky play to get that ball on the baseline. Caught Wami Johnson sleeping just a bit.
Jeron Deng here on the floor for the San Miguel Beermen. As Jumar Fajardo, oh, what a fake drives inside. Will shoot two. And just a reminder that Jumar Fajardo could put the ball on the floor.
There's not much he can't do.
He can hit threes if he wants to, too.
Yes. Again, he has so many skills. And, you know, he's one of those guys, you never judge a book by its cover. You put the Kraken right there, front and center.
I remember when Junmar started hitting three-pointers, well, mainly out of necessity. Let's take a look at his numbers here. 12.5 in the last 2 games, which, again, is very low what we normally expect from this guy. It's just, again, what has happened in those last 2 games? And could we consider them bad games from Junmar?
You know, a lot of guys make first or second mythical team with those numbers. But for him, are you okay? You're taking a little bit of a dip. No, he's fine. Junmar will be okay.
Junmar will be okay, and they're going to need him to be okay. Talking about the San Miguel Beermen, especially if they want to make a long run here in the conference. Rayson now up top. Pulls up for a long three. That is no good. Malik Pope with the rebound.
He was probably just like an inch short on that shot, but it was dead straight.
Now, for those wondering what the actual average is, as Malik Pope has a sweet jumper, I think we're seeing his strength here.
Yeah, he's 6'10", but his skill set is more like a 2 or a 3 even.
Norbert Torres getting Jumar off the dribble. Goes strong inside. No good. Akil Mitchell couldn't keep it alive.
They tried to get that next foul of Junmar there. Norbert really going in hard.
Here's Jeron Tang. Hasn't seen a lot of minutes lately. Trying to go inside. Ball tapped there by the Bolts. Jumar Fajardo now has it at the post. Working against Akil Mitchell. Jumar Fajardo, again, even in the international level, able to bully anyone inside, and that is proof of it.
Big kid. Even imports will say, man, he is big.
Again, Jumar Fajardo, my goodness, world class at the post.
Let's look at it once again. You know, good defense there by Mitchell, but again, you're dealing with a multi-time MVP, Jumar Fajardo, and he just made mincemeat out of that defense.
And Akil Mitchell is a strong dude.
Yeah.
It's hard to move that guy.
Well, the Kraken is a stronger Kraken.
Oh, the Kraken cracks the defense no matter what. Here's Rayson. Oh, that is smooth.
Right. I think Meralco's obviously got a game plan to hit those outside shots, try to pull that San Miguel defense farther and farther away.
And that was important, by the way, because the Meralco Bolts now have the lead once again after San Miguel took charge for a brief moment. Here's Jumar Fajardo now working on Bates. He likes his matchup. Goes strong inside. Basket and one.
Yeah, that's just a very extremely strong rip through. Bates was there, but because Fajardo, you know, there's this thing called, you know, law of verticality. We see it once again.
This best move of the game is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Another look at that, and it just looks so impressive with his strength. Just a while ago, on the other side, he did the same thing against Akil Mitchell, just bullying his way towards the basket and finishing up close. But there is going to be a challenge here.
Yeah. Usually you don't see these types of challenges until late into the game. But again, as we go to this head coach challenge, they're reviewing that play. You know, again, it's, I guess you could say, referees' interpretation of who has the right to that space. But from that angle right there, you can see it. Jab, step, 2 dribbles, and a rip throw. I don't really see. It could have been even a let go.
Perhaps, but let's take a look at that here. Again, a lot of contact inside, and there's where they might get Bates with that extension of that left arm.
But then again, they might say, hey, watch the left shoulder of Junmar right there. That's where Bates moves. So, again, it's
50-50,
debatable. Debatable.
But of course, despite that punt from my partner, it looks like Bates might lose this challenge. But let's let the referees decide.
I'm sure they don't enjoy looking at these calls that are just so not clear. But from the look of it, I'm not sure if they want it, as there's a light moment between the coach and the referees. Again, did the shoulder come before the rip and the hands down, or did, you know, that's really the question.
Yeah. Either way, it wasn't clear and obvious in terms of being able to overturn it. So I'm not surprised, personally, that is unsuccessful. But either way, here's Jumar Fajardo.
Because realize what would have happened if they would have called that as an offensive, too.
Yeah.
There's your 4th foul.
Because, just to confirm it a while ago, it was only 3 fouls a while ago on Jumar Fajardo. Jeron Tang.
Look at Jeron. As you mentioned, not getting a lot of TikTok, so he's trying to get as much, you know, quality out of the time that he does get.
Of course, there's a bit of internal competition here, which is always good with Andres Cahilig, one of their other new acquisitions from Terra Firma.
That could have been a travel.
Yeah, that is a travel. That's what they called. Rayson. Apologizing. Take a look at that. Oh, yeah.
Well, again, based on the way they've been calling their interpretation of a dead step or whatever, for me, that's always been a travel, but in recent years, it's a let go.
For the referees today, that was traveling from Ilocos Norte to Ilocos Sur. It's Chris Sanes who gets going here with a 3.
And that's a nice drive, but you got to bring your passport.
No, not you don't. From Ilocos Sur to Ilocos Sur.
So you don't get a traveling call.
All right. I don't. That still doesn't work. Anyway, Akil Mitchell misses on a triple.
Traveling.
Chris
Okay.
Rosales.
Sorry, Tito
Break this
jokes.
down.
Anyway, we hope you guys are having as much fun as we are.
As Chris Rosales is, by the way, because he has come from the bench and has offered them a different dynamic here on the offensive end.
Yeah, again, another guy struggling to get, you know, a lot of playing time. So, again, he is working hard, trying to make those stops.
Akil Mitchell, who's been a bit quiet here in the offensive end for the Meralco Bolts. You give that to Banquero. That's too strong. Bates with the tap. Yusuf. Now the drive, attacking and scoring. Chris Banquero. Well, we've said it over and over again. Here's a guy that sometimes you might forget about, but then he'll flash.
Ooh, and a steal.
With a bit of a great offense. It's Akil Mitchell taking advantage of that steal from Reza.
Ooh, that is the type of situation that drives coaches up the wall. A steal and an easy two from Meralco.
Well, he is a pest, Dr. Reza on the defensive end. Here's Gerald Deng now. Settles for three. Misses badly there.
That's the tough thing. It's hard to get your rhythm when you haven't been playing in recent times.
You know, Gerald Deng has well documented trying to expand his game ever since his college days. At that time, not working out for him. 16.3 left here in the first half, 47-46. As we take a look at the Mayor Eric Singson, who we saw a while ago doing the ceremonial tip. And of course, always happy to come to Ilocos Sur. As we see Boss Danny Espiritu there enjoying as well. Of course, Boss Danny, a long-time player agent. He even handled my dad's contract back in the day.
Really?
Yes. As we take a look at the beautiful Candon City Arena, one of my partner's favorite venues now in the country.
It's absolutely beautiful. And looking forward to coming back here again and again in the future.
47-46, San Miguel up by 1 after trailing in the first quarter. They trailed 26-18. What changed here in the second quarter for the Meralco Bolts? Because all of a sudden, they hung their hat on defense in the past few games, but defensively, they haven't been on point here in the second quarter.
Well, you know, it happens, and you just got to adjust to the times. And they're really good at, I think, usually starting quarters well, but somehow San Miguel makes those adjustments and comes back. So let's just see what they can do here. Last 5.5 here in this first half.
Last 5.5, and that's a foul to give there for the San Miguel Beermen. They may have another one up their sleeve. So Akil Mitchell now working on Mota Tua. There's another foul to give.
3.2. Still an eternity because they still got another foul to go. So
the important thing is, as long as you don't foul after shooting.
That's interesting as well. I was covering a game a while ago where they tried to do it, get a foul while in the act.
Here's Akil Mitchell going strong inside. That's a bad miss. As the San Miguel Beermen, who were trailing by 8 going into the first quarter, rather going into the second quarter, now lead by 1. And a lot of it is due to the work of that man, Junmar Fajardo, going strong inside, showing us a variety to his game. Junmar Fajardo, 13 points in his game already, off only 6 shots, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, with 6 rebounds as well. Junmar off to a great start here.
Yeah, definitely making his presence known. Even though he's been, you know, sad a little bit with some foul issues, he still knows how to, you know, maneuver and make his presence known, even if he's got to be a little careful.
He's only played 15 minutes, partner, as the San Miguel Beermen lead by 1 going into the halftime break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
SMB. At kasama namin na nakatutok ngayon ang ating Mayor Eric. Almost everybody went back to the hotel, but they're still here signing autographs.
Still here.
Yeah, how does it feel seeing all these fans? Looking forward to seeing you.
It's amazing to be able to play this game for the fans, to be able to travel to the Philippines.
Kanyang tira, pareho pa rin ang resulta. 8 on the clock. Perkins staring at it. Perkins making a move. Jason for the win. Lock, put back and gone! Get it, nothing! Wins it for Phoenix! Just being at the right place and at the right time. Again, Perkins was in a very good position to go for the go-ahead basket. He was foiled, but out of nowhere on the weak side, taking advantage of being open on the putback.
Ito pa, meron pa. Prices courtesy of Arena Plus. Para sa iyo yan. Thank you.
Welcome back. You're still watching the PBA Commissioner's Cup live on Pilipinas Live and on PBA Rush. For the San Miguel Beermen, you stay strong second quarter to retake the lead against the Meralco Bolts 47-46. Paulo Del Rosario with Vince the Prince. He's on the call for you here. Vince, you take a look at what happened in that second quarter as you take a look at the numbers. Halftime stats brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. What happened there for you?
Well, again, after a really good first quarter from the Bolts, the Beermen came roaring back. The guys like Junmar and their import Pope really did a good job of establishing themselves both inside and out. Junmar ended up the really quick 10 points. Didn't see too much out of him after that, but field goals, I guess you could say, on the side of the Beermen in the sense that they're shooting a higher percentage, although they've only made one more field goal. Rebounding on their side as well, 2 up, and they're basically the same except on second chance points as we look at also the leading scorers of that first half. Junmar with 13, Pope with 9, Tautua with 6, Perez with 5, Newsome with a double-digit 10, Mitchell with 9, Rayson with 7, and Banquero with 6.
Well, interesting there for the Meralco Bolts because their top scorer is none other than Chris Newsome, who scored all those 10 in that first quarter, particularly that early burst. And, of course, if you are part of the Meralco Bolts fandom, then you're going to be hoping that it will be a better story here for Chris Newsome going into the third quarter as we welcome you back to Candona City Arena in Ilocos Sur, where we'll all say Naimbag Arabi. Good evening in Ilocano to everyone watching all over the Philippines or wherever you are around the world. Junmar Fajardo, 13 points, but saddled with 3 fouls. If you're the Meralco Bolts, you're going to be hoping he gets his 4th soon and perhaps limit the minutes of arguably the most influential player on the floor. Let's take a look at the general numbers here for both San Miguel and Meralco. San Miguel actually have had a hard time scoring, only scoring 97.1 points per game. And I can guarantee you, partner, that is well below what they are capable of doing.
Absolutely.
Akil Mitchell going strong inside, getting the foul from Malik Pope in the paint.
Again, looking at that lineup of San Miguel, it is so deep. They got players upon players upon players at virtually every position. So expect good things, and that's going to bode well for their chances come to the playoffs as they go for a very deep, if not championship run.
Well, that's always going to be tough considering the field that we have here so far. So many teams playing well. You have the Converge Fiber Xers coming into their own.
Love the way they're playing.
Batang Pierre
Love the way they're playing. I mean, those two teams really resurgent, really making a lot of heads turn.
So right now, you take a look at these guys. They're both actually in the middle of the pack here. And it's always going to be a bit difficult considering that if you fall a bit further down the pecking order here in terms of the table, you might have a twice-beat disadvantage going into the quarterfinals.
Definitely something they both want to avoid if possible. It's a big luxury to have that twice to beat.
Let's take a look at that. CJ Perez getting an easy 2 inside.
Ooh. Nice little Brembo breaks there. Just let his defense fly by, and he went up unmolested.
Here's Akil Mitchell. That was almost a quick double there. Mitchell, a little bump on Pope, goes out instead. 8 seconds on the shot clock as they recycle the possession. Here's Quinto to Banquero. Banquero looking for a 4. That's good.
Oh. That's the first 4-pointer that's really been shot in this ball game. Great job by Banquero.
Reminder that Chris Banquero is the first ever player to hit a 4-pointer in the PBA. Right. Here's CJ Perez. He sails inside for 2.
Junmar looks to be grabbing his face. I think the Kraken got cracked a little bit there. Ooh, let's hope he is okay.
Junmar Fajardo is trying to walk it off here. He may have gotten hit by his own teammate. Let's take a look at that again. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just on the way down, CJ Perez accidentally.
Yeah, it's not that he was trying, obviously, to hit him. He was staring at the ball, trying to, really focus on the ball going through the net, and just caught the right side of the face of Junmar. Let's hope he is okay. He's just going to chew on some
Also tissue. Yeah, just making sure that...
No, actually, that was a towel.
Oh, was it?
It just looks like tissue because he's so
big guy. But either way, CJ Perez will shoot the bonus here.
So are they going to sub him out is another question. I think they just did.
Here is CJ Perez. Again, you take a look at how dynamic he is of a scorer. Sometimes, you know, the thing about CJ Perez is that he can score in such a hurry, wherein you think he has a low-scoring game 3 quarters in, but he only needs 1 quarter to explode and get his numbers up there.
Yeah, definitely one of the most, you know, explosive, impactful guys that can just really turn it on.
And Bon Quinto having a bit of a struggle here on the offensive end. Here's Chris Newsom. Has yet to really get going in this game, apart from that first quarter explosion where he scored 10 points.
Yeah, and he didn't get a lot of time. 11 minutes, 38 seconds was the official playing time he had. So he basically sat out a quarter.
Shot clock's at 14 here. Meralco still up by 1 after trailing by 1 going into the 3rd quarter. Here's Chris Newsom. New. CJ Perez right in front of him. Bon Quinto. Can he get going offensively? Working on Jumar Fajardo. That is a triple coming from Miguel Mitchell.
That is a good way to spread it out as well. You know, another guy who's very explosive, not gotten going yet is Kier, is Bon Quinto. Really hasn't made those shots that he normally makes.
Raymond Almazan working on Malik Pope. And you know, I think the instruction is clear. Don't let him get a jump shot up.
Yeah. And, you know, I think it's a better matchup, Almazan on Pope, because, you know, they kind of have the same body type. I mean, kind of lanky,
size at the very least,
long. Yeah. Let's see if he can apply the pressure necessary to make Pope miss some shots.
Now, talking about guys who could make a difference in this game, Marshall Lasser has yet to get going offensively as well. Oh, take a look at that.
That was nice. Pope showing off that athleticism.
You know, using his length completely, and there he is with a steal. Trailing by 2 here. Here's Chris Rosales fighting CJ Perez, who attacks the closeout. Jumar Fajardo inside, scores and 1.
Just too deep. I mean, you cannot give Junmar the ball that close. It is 999 out of 999. He's not missing those.
Take a look at this. How about Malik Pope showing everyone that he can drive to the hoop as well.
You thought he was just a shooter. He put a nice little move in there. Turned the corner there.
Our courtside reporter Nadia mentioned a while ago that Malik Pope has a friendship with Benny Boatwright. Of course, Benny Boatwright recovering from an injury. Even Gilas Pilipinas is still waiting on him to get fully healthy. So take a look at Chris Banquero being hounded by Chris Rosales. Doing such a good job on him right now.
Yeah, Rosales has really turned up the D.
Keel Mitchell hit 1-3, can't get a second. And here's Newsom. Still can't get a basket. No points since the first quarter, but Raymond Almazan there to do the dirty work and clean things up.
Again, we've said this many times before, but the Bolts just refuse to go away. They are relentless in attacking.
57-56. Back and forth we go. Marshall looking for 3. No dice then. Keel Mitchell bringing this one down, finding Bon Quinto, and Quinto scores.
Let's see. He puts his hands in the air like a prayer is answered. He finally had a ball fall through the net. We'll see if that gets him going.
Well, prior to that, he was 0 of 6 from the floor.
Yeah. Some days it's like that. You just got to battle through.
And let's see if that'll get him going. CJ Perez working on Chris Newsom. He'll try again, CJ.
Uh-oh.
And Akil Mitchell doing the dirty work there, working early on Junmar Fajardo.
For just a split second, Junmar had him, you know, pinned on his backside, but this is a great, like we said, relentless effort that time by rock and roll Raymond Almazan.
Marshall Lassiter able to get going. Marshall still scoreless in this game, by the way.
And we know how fast he can light up as well.
Oh, yeah. Akil Mitchell. Great work at the post.
Good footwork there. Did a quick spin. Got Junmar leaning the wrong way.
And credit the Meralco Bolts here. It feels like they are going to kill Mitchell a lot more. And that's paid back in dividends here for Meralco. Let's take a look at this again. Great feed inside. Raymond Almazar being the point guard there.
Junmar thought he was going to go on the reverse. Akil brought it back on this strong side of his.
Switching defense here for the Meralco Bolts. CJ Perez tries to stay in front of Chris Newsom, trying to stay in front of CJ Perez, and he did a great job there.
Yeah, well defended. What a pass.
And what a pass! And the finish is worthy of it.
Kier getting going. If he can't score, he's getting other guys involved. That time spotting the streaking Akil Mitchell, who goes up with authority. Two-hand slam-a-jamma for him.
Akil Mitchell has turned it up here in quarter number 3, and the Meralco Bolts force the San Miguel Beermen to sue for time. It's been night and day compared to their second quarter performance. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
The BBA would also like to thank the Honorable Mayor Erickson, the Honorable Vice Mayor Christopher, and the entire city of Cantón and Lumbersor for hosting the BBA Saturday Presidential Games presented by Arena Plus.
Nagbabalik po ang PBA mula sa Condon City para sa paghaharap ng Meralco Bolts at San Miguel Beermen. Ang score po natin ay 63-56. According to Coach Dayong Mendoza, here in the second half, they still need to do adjustments with their defensive strategy to limit Meralco's high percentage opportunities. At nabanggit din na dapat maiwasan ni Junmar at Malik ang maipit sa screens. With 3 fouls, Junmar was reminded to stay disciplined and mindful of his foul. The key reminder for the team, keep the effort consistent.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Naj reporting from the sideline. And keep the effort consistent. That's an interesting message here because it basically means don't let off. Unfortunately for them, here in the third quarter, the Meralco have out-hustled the San Miguel Beermen.
Yeah, and that's always a battle that coaches tend to fight because, you know, it's just human nature. When things are going good, you kind of let off the gas a little bit.
So take a look at the vitals here of Malik Pope, 6'10" in height as the listed height, but of course it feels like he plays bigger than that, partner.
Yeah, because he can hit those outside shots, and you know, he really is a guy who I look at as an outside-in guy. He doesn't look to
okay. There for the Meralco Bolts, 63-57. As the Meralco Bolts here turn it up in quarter number 3.
Yes, they have.
You know, right now you're taking a look at the scoring numbers. It is a 19-10 in favor of the Meralco Bolts. Make that 19-12 that basket. Mitchell, Chris Newsom looking to get going, and that is good. That should ignite the flame once more.
This is the Bolts quarter, and they are just making the most out of it.
Here's Junmar Fajardo. Kwame Chongson feeding Malik Pope. It's Cliff Hodge trying to contain him. Pope with a turnaround J. No dice. Akil Mitchell with the rebound here. Mitchell. Oh, Oh, my goodness,
Ooh.
with the extension.
I thought for sure he was going to really flush it hard, but
Yeah,
it
me
doesn't
too.
matter. 2 points is 2 points, and they have a sizable double-digit 11-point lead.
Funnily enough, partner, I believe that was the most excited I've ever been for a layup.
Yeah.
As right now...
What an amazing layup. Could have been an offensive foul, by the way. Quinto took a shot.
Goodness. CJ Perez with a bailout. That's a 4-pointer there from CJ. And Newsom thought about it. You're absolutely right. They may have gotten away with that call, talking about the San Miguel Beermen, but CJ Perez there to spare the blushes. As Akil Mitchell with a nice little push shot. Such a low trajectory.
That was just
Flat.
throwing it. Just chucking it. And it just worked. That's all you can say about that one.
72-63. Meralco have been on point in quarter number 3. As CJ Perez finds Junmar Fajardo. Junmar.
Ooh, that could have been a travel right there.
But either way, it falls to Meralco Bolts.
Oh, that was it.
Easy
Telegraph.
cherry picking here for Junmar, but that will be a foul on Chris Newsom. Could have been cherry picking.
And they're trying to ask for an intentional, saying that Newsom didn't even go for the ball. Let's see if they upgrade this one. Anyways, going back to Akil, you know, he is the kind of guy that can make good things happen. And I'll go right back to that as we look at this. Does he go for the ball? That's a good question. Newsom definitely trying to foul, obviously. I don't know. I think they might upgrade this.
Well, let's see if the referees agree with you, partner. 72-63 here. That's been Meralco's quarter by far, outscoring them by 10, 26-16 in Candon City Arena. Just a foul
Just
here,
a regular
penalty
foul.
situation here for the Meralco Bolts.
Another close one.
Yeah, but they're in penalty here with 4 minutes 49 left here in quarter number 3. Here's an opportunity for San Miguel to really pound the paint and make it difficult for the Meralco Bolts to defend. Junmar Fajardo, uncharacteristically not getting that down from the free throw line.
He's usually pretty solid from there.
Yeah, just taking a look at his numbers here from the free throw line. Junmar Fajardo actually hasn't been a great conference for him. He's shooting around 65% from the free throw line. That's a bit strange.
As you said, uncharacteristic. He's usually pretty solid, high 70s at least.
Bong Quinto. Now to Chris Newsom. New. Chris Banquero. A little floater. Found a bit of space, but no good. Hodge with the offensive rebound. Looks like it'll be a foul on Wami Chongson.
Again, always active. Cliff Hodge trying to get any way possible to get inside and get those boards.
Well, Cliff Hodge has been working hard on the rebounding department. 5 rebounds for him, despite only the 2 points. But from a raw plus-minus perspective, he's already +6 in this game. As Junmar Fajardo will go back to the bench for the meantime. Keel. That time, Mo Tautua winning out.
Quick move, but he just couldn't get past the big body of Mo Tautua. Ends up dribbling out of bounds.
72-64 here. There's 4:20 left in quarter number 3. Here's Wami Chongson. That's his spot. And that is so pure.
He loves doing that little crossover, going from left to right, and taking that shot a la Jimmy Alapag.
Oh, I was going to say, there was a time back in his college days, he was known as Magic Chongson. One of my favorite nicknames ever, as Cliff Hodge gets a nice jumper to fall. 4 points for Hodge.
I wonder if he got to play with James Worthless.
I don't know about that, partner. As Magic Chongson or Wami Chongson brings this one down. High pick and roll with Mo Tautua. Mo. Ooh. Nice find inside. And that is the San Miguel Beermen forcing the Meralco Bolts into even further foul trouble.
And I love that matchup right there. Troliano and Kier just going and battling. Quinto Troliano, 2 strong, you know, very confident guys. Play similar kinds of ball games.
The annual NBA Watch and Win is back. Watch live games on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports and Filipinas Live from January 13 to February 16, 2025. and wait for the questions to be flashed on screen during breaks. Visit nba.onesports.ph after to send your answers. Don Troliano getting the baskets to fall. Again, one of the key offensive guys off the bench here for the San Miguel Beermen, along with Jericho Cruz. And of course, you never know who else could come up big from that bench. Wami Chongson, why not? Mo Tautua also capable of putting the points on the board. Here's Bong Quinto. That's a bit too far there for Mitchell. But here's Malik Pope.
Good
running.
idea.
Troliano. Got a bit of space. That is a big screen assist there for Mo Tautua. And cue the timeout because the Meralco Bolts sent San Miguel breathing down their necks.
Yeah.
It's only a 3-point lead. Let's take a look at that again, partner.
Wasn't it just 11-point lead? And here they come storming back. The Beermen making good this time. Don Troliano waxing hot from beyond the arc.
Well, let's take a look at that epic matchup. Bolts were leading, and this was an important one here. Jumar Fajardo with an improbable shot, but an even more miraculous one coming from Chris Newsom. He had the answer, and there was 1 second left. Unfortunately, San Miguel were not able to get a fall. Take a look at Boss MVP. They're celebrating the franchise's first championship win. And, you know, I was there. I had the opportunity to call that game, partner. And Chris Newsom, you couldn't feel happier for him and the rest of the Meralco Bolts, after all the heartbreak they've had in the finals in the past, especially against Barangay Ginebra.
Yeah, those are the types of plays that people will remember for a long, long time. And, you know, that championship was really made possible by the heroics of Chris Newsom.
Keel Mitchell, turn around, hook, no good. 3-point lead here for the Meralco Bolts, and the San Miguel Beermen have been on a groove offensively here. Here's Wami Chongson for 3. That'll be 3 free throws.
Got clipped.
Chris Newsom insisting that Chongson put his foot out. But then just a reminder that Wami Chongson is a professional scorer.
Yeah, definitely. He's one of those guys that definitely looks to really get his offense going. Not a shy guy when it comes to taking shots as well. He looks for it.
Well, he only had 4 points prior to that. 5th there with a free throw.
You know, that's the tough thing. He was very much a high-scoring, you know, point guard in his former team. Here at San Miguel, he's got to share the rock just a little bit more.
Take a look at Wami Chongson in this Commissioner's Cup, averaging around double-digit figures and a 50% shooter from beyond the arc, 2.6 assists, and just a reminder that he is one of the favorite prototypes of Filipino basketball fans, which is the points guard.
Yes, I've played with a few of those, but he's had to convert from points to point. Because when you're playing with all of the superstars that the Beermen have, you have to share that rock if you really want to go to the promised land of getting a championship.
But to be fair to guys like Wami Chongson, they also know that they are going to get their opportunities to get their looks, and they just have to take advantage.
Exactly.
Here's Cancino finding Cliff Hodge. Now Chris Banquero using pick of Bates. Banquero driving inside.
Wow.
That is strong.
He has done that 3 or 4 times tonight, going strong through the right side.
You know, that's interesting because they attacked Jumar Fajardo straight away in the pick and roll. I wonder if they're going to hunt for that a bit more here. Oh, what a pass from JMF. Jumar Fajardo showing off his vision, and a great cut from Cruz.
Yeah. Cruz just going right down the pipe. Good spot pass there from the Kraken.
And that'll be a foul there from Jericho Cruz as Chris Newsom will absorb that. Let's take a look at this again.
And that vision, double team, but he's so big, he just looks right over it.
Well, no one checked that run as Chris Banquero was caught in between two minds of who to defend. As that'll be a foul again. Two quick fouls against the San Miguel Beermen. The next one will send them to the penalty.
A lot of fouls in this quarter for both teams.
All knotted up still, 76 all.
Minute and 49 to go. This has the makings of a down to the wire finish once again. Again, it's been seesaw. I mean, one team will get hot, and the other one, it's just been back and forth.
And you know what? All our friends in Candon City getting their money's worth for sure. What a great game between these two. Back and forth, back and forth. Great basketball played as well. Chris Newsom now getting 15 points after those two free throws. Or rather, 16 points, rather.
Cliff Hodge got a piece of that.
And it's Banquero with a touchdown finish. And all of a sudden, the Meralco Bolts up by 3 yet again. The San Miguel Beermen super time as Chris Newsom heads up pass. And the easy finish from Chris Banquero. San Miguel trailing by 3. Meralco trying to hold them off after a resurgent run here towards the end of the third. Will hold on to the air here, it looks like, as the San Miguel Beermen will try to get back into the groove here.
Yeah.
As we actually have a nice little look at the whiteboard of Coach Leo Austria. Let's take a look at the standings first, though, instead, as the Meralco Bolts above the San Miguel Beermen, who have not played to their high expectations here, splitting their games at 4-4. And you know what? If they do not ride the ship soon, they could, one, either have a twice-a-beat disadvantage going to the quarterfinals, or could still potentially miss out on the quarterfinals altogether. Let's take a look at the games tomorrow. That will be in Nara Center and Antipolo. Converge and Blackwater up first, followed by Phoenix and the NX Road Warriors. NX desperate for a win.
They really are at 3-6. They've lost their last 5 games. See if they can turn that ship around.
Here's Junmar Fajardo, random base right in front of him. Jericho Cruz going inside against Cliff Hodge. They go to the corner to Wami Chongson. Short shot clock, gotta go. Chongson. Boom. That's the magic man for you.
Exactly. You give him that space, he's going to drain it. He's a little frustrated, too. He had his last shot blocked by Cliff Hodge.
2-point lead for Meralco still, though. Oh, what a move from Rayson. That could not be complemented with a 3-point basket, though, as we go the other way. They go to Junmar Fajardo. Junmar going inside here. This could be the second to the last offensive possession of the game. Or rather, the quarter. As here's Chris Newsom working on Jericho Cruz. And that was almost a throwaway. Hodge unable to get that to go. Bates saves it to Hodge. Grayson will hold on to it. Newsom wide open for 3. Unable to get that to fall. And the crowd loving it.
Oh,
and that was close as well.
That was very close.
What a frantic end to quarter number 3. All knotted up at 80, but that is a quarter that Meralco have won by the skin of their teeth. 34-33 in terms of quarter scoring. All knotted up going to the 4th. Let's see who'll get it here. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back. You're watching your PBA. Let's take a look at the game summary going into the fourth quarter. Second chance points here, a big factor for the Meralco Bolts. They got going early, and they haven't stopped pounding the offensive board. 17-0 in terms of second chance points in this game. Can they continue that, though? Because it's still knotted up at 80 all. And a lot of it is courtesy of CJ Perez. CJ Perez had 10 points in the third quarter alone and was one of the biggest factors as to why the Meralco Bolts are actually knotted up instead of leading going to the fourth. But what about Akil Mitchell? He started to come alive here in quarter number 3 as well. 13 points in the third. 10 rebounds to go with double-digit scoring as well. Akil Mitchell doing the job there. Here we go, going the other way. Quick turnover as the Meralco Bolts are trying to get the fourth quarter going with a score here. Welcome back. You're still watching Pilipinas Live and PBA Rush. I'm Paolo Del Rosario alongside Vince the Prince Hizon, and Rayson misses out there, and Bates will have a loose ball foul against him. He's had a tough game here today, partner. Bates with foul number 4. No points on the board, but has 4 rebounds to show for his efforts.
You know, as big as Bates is, he's still giving up 2 or 3 inches of height and probably like 20 or 30 pounds of girth going against the likes of Junmar. So it's still a tough matchup. But again, he's learning. One thing I like about him, you can tell he's very cerebral, and he's getting better game by game. As we look at the quarter-by-quarter scoring, Meralco had a nice lead in the first quarter, but man, what a great scoring output by San Miguel in the second. The third was pretty much locked up, 33-34.
Junmar Fajardo missing out on the jumper there. CJ Cancino comes away with the rebound. Akil Mitchell, could not get the finish after trying to save that drive in general. Don Trollano against CJ Cancino. One of the younger players in the league, CJ Cancino trying to stay in front with Don Trollano. He has foul trouble, and Mo Tatua makes him pay.
Big Mo showing off the crossover there.
9 lead changes, 4 deadlocks in this game. 82-80, San Miguel in charge. Still a lot of minutes to be played here as Chris Newsom goes inside. Middle push shot is good. No foul, says the referee.
He was anticipating contact coming from Jericho Cruz behind him, and he's smiling because it never came.
All knotted up here. What a great ball game we have for you wherever you are watching all over the world. Welcome to Ilocos Sur, the Canton City Arena, as Don Trollano returns the lead to San Miguel.
Solid. He'll give you the outside shot. He'll take it inside amongst the trees.
84-82. Great ball game here so far. Here's Rayson finding Akil Mitchell. Mitchell loses the handle, and here's San Miguel's opportunity. But a throwaway here. CJ Cancino to Akil Mitchell. Rayson, 4-3, no good. Bates tried to tap it, but it goes to Junmar Fajardo.
It was actually fought over by 2 white shirts.
Well, you can sense things are getting tense here. Every point so important. Wami Chongson saves it to Junmar Fajardo. Junmar working on Akil Mitchell. Mo Tatua inside. Size advantage. Don Trollano left it short.
The intensity is definitely picking up here.
Here's Cancino, 4-3.
Yes! Whoa! Again, inside-out action there. It looked like the import Mitchell was going to take that shot, but he, again, looks for other guys to get involved.
CJ Cancino, we haven't heard a lot about him in this game, but if he can get going in the fourth, he could make a big difference. Here's Wami Chongson. Foul on the drive before the shot. Let's take a look at that again, partner.
Here we go. Again, you thought Mitchell was looking for the shot, but he is looking to get other guys involved. And CJ Cancino, he's fired up after making that clutch jumper.
Let's take a look at this now as Jericho Cruz uses the pick from Junmar Fajardo. Got free for a second, in and out. Raymond Almazan collects with the rebound. Here is Chris Newsom working on Jericho Cruz. Akil Mitchell going inside unmolested, and he scores.
Too easy. There's a little bit of a weakness right there in that Beermen defense, allowing him that easy of a shot.
Here is Mo Tautua off the dribble to the corner. Jericho Cruz, big triple.
Boom. Right in front of the Beermen bench. So he ties it up once again. Seesaw battle.
Oh, we're going back and forth, back and... Oh, Junmar Fajardo just stole that away from Miguel Mitchell.
Yeah. I think Junmar just caused a brownout for Mitchell right there. He probably couldn't even see light. All he saw was two humongous hands over the top of him.
Well, the Kraken just tore that down. Let's take a look at this again. Great find from Mo Tautua to Jericho Cruz in the corner.
Good spread of the court for them. Nice spot. Pass from Mo. Great shot from Jericho Cruz.
Para sa laban ng Meralco Bolts at San Miguel Beermen. Both teams are focused on tightening up their defense. For SMB, much of their halftime huddle and timeouts were spent discussing defensive adjustments while also devising a game plan to run their offense through Junmar. On the other hand, Meralco is dealing with some foul trouble kasi nga both Nusam at si Brandon ay may tig-tatlo ng foul. Despite that, Brandon was reminded to stay disciplined while keeping his defense extra tight on Junmar.
That was Nadia with that report. Of course, a bit of a foul trouble here. So Chris Newsom has the 3 fouls. Brandon Bates actually has 4. So just taking a look at what they need to do to adjust. There is a bit of a size disadvantage here for the Meralco Bolts without Brandon Bates present. Let's take a look at Keel Mitchell. They're unable to get that basket. And there may have been basket interference. I'm not quite sure. But either way, that wasn't called, as Akil Mitchell will get the 2. Junmar Fajardo, there on your screen. Big defensive stop a while ago, and Akil Mitchell just, really, you're absolutely right, partner, snuffing the lights out in that block.
Mitchell is right now our leading scorer in the ball game with 24. But again, he is looking to get other guys involved first. I think that's his first priority. Second is to put some more points on the board. But more importantly than that, get the W tonight.
Well, getting the W really important here as we take a look at Abay alongside rock and roll Raymond Almazan. I think they're still reviewing that here. And because that'll be important here, to every single difference there. Is there a basket interference? It looks like it will be given.
Ladies and gentlemen, upon review, there is an offensive basket interference on the Balls at the 8-minute and 31-second mark of the 4th quarter of the attack.
So yes, that point will be chalked off. So it'll be a 2-point lead here for the San Miguel Beermen. That's going to be a big call here, partner.
Yeah, and Meralco saying, hey, the hand went up, but maybe the hand of Junmar also touched. So, offsetting interference? I don't know.
I think the question is who got there first. But either way, so there's your confirmation to score there, 85-87. It's the Meralco Bolts now trail the San Miguel Beermen after their basket was chalked off. Coach Luigi Trillo there just smiling through the disappointment. As Raymond Almazan now hands it to Chris Newsom. Newsom needs to get going. Got a bit going in the 3rd quarter. Here in the 4th, not quite there just yet. The ball will go the other way. Raymond Almazan with the last touch.
They really tried to go attack the interior there. But again, stifling defense from the Beermen.
Interesting to see how they will continue to answer the size problem. They've gone with Raymond Almazan here at this juncture in the 4th. Now working against Mo Tautua. Mo will go line to shoot 2 as Raymond Almazan unable to hold off Big Mo. Raymond Almazan has the length advantage against Mo, but in this situation, Mo just showcasing his strength, partner.
Yep, and a very nice sort of up and under step through for Big Mo. And there was definite contact.
Mo Totua, of course, he goes on and off with the black mask sometimes.
Yes, he does.
And I remember one time he came up to me and he just wants to be called and known as a chocolate Batman and wants everyone to know about it.
So first free throw of the ball game for Big Mo goes awry. Let's see if he can settle down here.
I prefer the Monster Mo nickname he had. At that time, that was not so great there for Mo. Missing the 2 free throws. Still a 2-point lead here for San Miguel Beermen. Chance for Meralco to take the lead with a 3 or 4 or tie it up with a 2. Here's Chris Banquero. Banquero, big pick there from Akil Mitchell. Mitchell trying to return the favor to Mo Tautua. That time will shoot 2, but will hopefully get the free throws instead.
Mo saying, hey, all I had was my hands up. But again, a little dose of his own medicine. Mitchell can also body up with the best of them.
Yeah, Akil Mitchell, one of the guys that we don't necessarily consider as a go-to scorer completely here for the Meralco Bolts amongst the other imports that we have here. We take a look at his performance against Northport Batang Pierre. Great percentage here, 60%, 30 points, and a double-double.
That's a solid double-double as well, 30 and 13. And those 5 steals are the most important. He had 5. His whole team had 9. He had more than half of his, half of the output of his team.
Of course, the Meralco Bolts with a win here could confirm their spot in the quarterfinals.
It looks like Junmar got knocked in the head again. So I guess he's going to have matching bruises on his right and left side of his face.
The matching part of that is the most important, I think, from an aesthetic point of view. Here's Malik Pope.
I'm just picturing him in the bus going home with ice bags on both sides of his head.
Trolliano unable to get the triple to go. Here's Chris Banquero. Both teams struggling to score here in the 4th. The scoring has slowed to a crawl here as Chris Banquero goes inside. That's a great screen. It could have been a great screen assist, but it falls to Chris Newsom.
Again, Meralco just a little bit quicker to those loose balls, and that's why they're getting a lot of second chance points.
Well, it looks like the rim is shut here for the Meralco Bolts. So many opportunities, no basket. Here's Jumar Fajardo. Size advantage here. Raymond Almazan doing his best, but Junmar unable to finish as well. Right now, we're at the mode where it feels like whoever scores, it will be a huge deal, as that will be a foul against Malik Pope.
No one picked up Akil, and he just went literally from past half court all the way straight to the rack. And Pope definitely caught him on the arm there. You can see it almost on the
Well, no one picked him up, partner, and you're absolutely right. The good thing there is that Raymond Almazan made it impossible for Malik Pope not to foul. But the free throw's not working, the layup's not working here for Meralco. Scoring is a problem. They had 2 points taken away from them as well.
Just there's a lid at this juncture, but eventually, you know and I know, they're going to find the bottom of that net.
And it'll feel good if it goes in here. And they're going to be hoping that that is the start of the dam breaking for the Meralco Bolts. Here's Don Trolliano. CJ Perez has it up top. Chris Banquero trying to stay in front of him. CJ Perez, we all know what he could do. Double-digit scoring by himself in the 3rd quarter. He had 10 then. What a drive inside for Don.
Big play. What a first step. What a quick first step to get by his defender. Bam. He is off to the races. Once again, finishing high and strong. Took a little bit of contact that nudged him off of his straight line to the basket. That's where they called the foul.
Timeout here for the Meralco Bolts. They are down by 3. Free throws coming when we return.
Take a look at the big screen right now and show your brightest smiles. Come on. Beautiful.
Nag-struggle nga ako this conference pero nakikita ko naman di naman nawawala yung trust nila coach sa akin. So it's just me na kung paano ko mag-respond dun sa trust na binibigay nila coach. And yun, I'm just happy today na we got the win. And yung effort namin nandun. Nag-compose lang kami sa offense namin and nag-trust lang kami sa isa't isa. So yeah.
That was CJ Perez after that win against the Magnolia Hot Shots. Of course, CJ Perez in that game was fantastic here tonight. He has 15 points of 6 of 10 shooting, 10 points in the third quarter alone. Missed free throw there, missed opportunity for the San Miguel Beermen to extend their lead as Meralco Bulls continue to play catch up here. Scoring a problem here for the Meralco Bulls. Let's see if they can get going. As Chris Newsom, he's been hot from beyond the arc.
Big shot for him, really getting things going. And, you know, they need his, you know, leadership and those big shots.
He is now 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. Talking about Chris Newsom. What a great game he's had from outside as the ball pops up. CJ Cancino looks like he may have gotten hurt. Let's see if he gets up.
I think he got popped too.
Here's Banquero driving inside, and that's an easy 2. And Meralco are in charge yet again.
The two active Bolts really making good things happen. That's Newsom and Banquero.
Here is Jericho Cruz weighing things here for the San Miguel Beermen. Attacking CJ Cancino. CJ Perez has it. Fantastic third quarter from him. What can he do here? CJ Perez with the jumper.
Oh!
Kisses every part of the rim, but in.
That revolution's there.
Cancino thought about it, gives it to Banquero instead. They're going to take their time here. Meralco, Banquero attacking Kumar, and that's a great defensive stop from Cliff Hodge, or rather from CJ Perez, and Cliff Hodge couldn't save it.
And surprise, surprise, Cliff Hodge hits the deck once again.
It's not a Meralco game or a Cliff Hodge game if it doesn't involve Hodge diving at one point of the match.
Absolutely. Again, real damage being done by Mitchell, Newsom, and Banquero, all in double digits. 23 for Mitchell, 20 for Newsom, and 16 for Banquero.
Oh, Jericho Cruz overcooked the dribble. We go the other way.
Turnovers. Those are costly, especially now. We get down to the end game. We are in the last 4 minutes. Cannot turn over the rock.
They turn to Wami Chongson as he re-enters the fray. Wami Chongson also had a great third quarter. At one point, he felt like he was the hottest guy on the floor. 9 points from him so far. Here's Chris Banquero. Oh, he found a way through. What a great reversal.
Just when you thought all he could do was go right side of the basket. Nice little duck under the rim. Nice reverse flip.
Well, Meralco have made a killing in the last few games with their defensive play. They need to do it yet again. Can they hold the San Miguel Beermen off as Malik Pope will be fouled by Cliff Hodge?
And that is the smile of guilt.
Guilt, or are you serious?
I think it's a little of both. Okay, I hit him, but did I hit him hard enough is the question.
I think he feels like he's innocent, partner. But either
do.
way, that will be a foul. And that's crucial here because that's the last foul of the Meralco Bolts before penalties.
Very low scoring fourth quarter here. Meralco winning the quarter 13-9.
That's a big one. Could have been potentially. Jumar Pardo couldn't save it, but only saves it to CJ Cancino. They have the numbers on about Meralco. Chris Newsom inside, back to Akil Mitchell. Mitchell gets it to fall.
And they will give him the continuation. That is a huge play, because not only does that give them an opportunity to get a three-point play and add another point, they have the momentum for sure and a sizable lead.
Akil Mitchell, count it.
Imagine, these teams had 34 and 33 points in 12 minutes. And here, in 9 minutes, they have 13.
Well, you know what, partner?
And 12.
You take a look at as Akil Mitchell drains that bonus. Remember, the Meralco Bolts have actually held their last two teams that they played to below 100, and that's one of the reasons why they have been improving defensively and getting wins in the process. Let's see if they can do that here. Of course, tall ask against the mighty San Miguel Beermen as they try to go to Jumar Fajardo with a size advantage against Chris Newsom. But they give it back to CJ Perez, who gets free off the dribble, off the glass, no good. CJ has it again, and CJ is willing himself through.
That was just extreme acceleration for him. He saw the ball was still loose. Opportunity to go get that loose ball, and he jumps in there. And, ooh, that's close. Could have been either way, but either way you do it, both of them are going to hit the deck hard. Again, these guys, the intensity is really picking up.
Important free throws, and he misses badly.
What is going on with the free throws tonight? Baffles the mind.
Well, think about the free throw numbers here. It's not pretty. They are now 13 of 21. Talking about San Miguel Beermen. On the other end, the Meralco Bolts 10 of 16. So, not quite great. Right now, Meralco still in charge. Here's San Miguel. Oh, they need to get going, partner. Oh, and that could help.
Ooh, killer. That is an unforced error. The kind that really drive coaches ballistic.
Well, Coach Nena ended up scratching his head. I just saw it on the bottom of the screen. Let's hear CJ Perez.
Coming down to the last 2 minutes.
CJ attacking Chris Newsom. Oh, and Jumar Fajardo almost lost it. He goes strong inside. We'll have to settle for free throws in a game that has been decided by, well, as we marked, by suspect free throw shooting. Jumar Fajardo has been okay with 77%, 78 when you round it up. 7 of 9 from the free throw stripe.
But these are necessary. He has to make, well, obviously at least one of these.
There it is. He gets the first.
Focus. The focus has to go up, especially as we get towards this end game. Everything gets put under the microscope. Those little miscues or missed free throws or missed layups or missed defensive assignments.
And right now, he now has 20 points, looking for point 21. Can't get it. But that's going to be a foul against Akil Mitchell, it looks like. So Malik Pope, chance to get 2 points here.
That changes a lot, too. Pope's only been to the line 2 times.
Split his free throws
you
then.
know, I think it's a fact that Mitchell's strong because Pope just flew way left.
Well, Malik Pope, in his debut so far, only 12 points here. But to be fair, he's only had 8 attempts.
That was a big call and a big play and a big non-blockout by Mitchell. He should have had Pope on his backside.
Point 13 there for Pope after the make as Chris Rosales makes his way back in.
Salas in there for his defense, especially. Got to get a stop if you're the Beermen right now.
That falls for Malik Pope, 93-96. Just a 3-point lead here for the Meralco Bolts. Very precarious 3-point lead. In a quarter that has been marked by either you consider it good defense or suspect offense. Is CJ Cancino with a huge 2-pointer.
That would border huge, mungus. What a clutch play. That is really, really big.
CJ, almost a turnover there. Chris Newsom trying to take advantage. Malik Pope, size advantage over Newsom. And that would be a travel.
Uh-oh. Will they review that? They might, because that's a huge play. With this a little time left, every opportunity must be taken advantage of.
Right now, I don't. So there's going to be the challenge.
There you go.
Let's see. Let's see if they have a point. Talking about Coach Leo Austria. Very important call here. Every possession matters at this juncture of the game.
For sure.
But what about that shot there from CJ Cancino just a while ago? He was 1 out of 5 from the field prior to that. And now he has 5 points to his name. and that's a gutsy shot. As we take a look at this, is there travel here, partner?
Well, let's see. Picks up the ball, establishing. Left foot is his pivot, and yes, there it is. That's a travel. He did the bunny hop and the pea patch, as my favorite announcer, Chick Hearns, used to say.
And Coach Leo Austria.
The challenge made by the Beermen was not successful.
Hearing the result of that, and I think it's fair to say, you saw it there on that replay.
Yeah, it was very clear. Very, very clear. So here we go. It's winning time right now. If Meralco can really get some points on the board, they are looking pretty good.
And San Miguel need a stop here. Rosales trying to keep Banquero in check. They go to Akil Mitchell. Malik Pope, can he stop him? Short shot clock. Mitchell misses out. And the effort from Hodge almost runs into the referee. Runs into an ad board instead.
And surprise once again, Cliff Hodge hits the deck. I think he has to go through multiple uniforms every conference because he just blemishes them so
I
much.
believe he has the dirtiest jersey at the end of every conference. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go away.
You know, it's good to be back. It's always nice to be healthy. So, yeah, it was a very important game for us. I was really excited to play Northport tonight because they were playing the best in this conference. So we really wanted to see where we were at as a team, and I thought we responded well tonight. And yeah, we did a very good job. You know, they're a tough team and they deserve a lot of respect. But yeah, it was good. It's good to be back.
Good to be back, Chris Banquero, and the Meralco fans are loving it, and why not? Today, 18 points and 2 assists. Well, you know what? We were talking about points guards a while ago. This guy could also be that if he wanted to. 18 points, big ones here for Meralco.
Yeah, following up his great game against Northport, where he had 25 and 4, and he's making the score sheets really full with his output tonight. Definitely really putting the pressure on the San Miguel defenders.
Well, right now, it's a question of Meralco. Can they contain the San Miguel Beermen here in the last minute and 5 seconds? Every single possession important. Every foul of the Meralco Bolts will send the San Miguel Beermen to the line. Can't afford to give anything away. Here is Marshall Lassiter, ready to inbound from the side for the San Miguel Beermen. Kwame Chongson, Junmar Fajardo, CJ Perez, and Malik Pope, the players here for Coach Leo Austria. Kwame Chongson gets it to Marshall. Malik Pope, wide open J, in and out.
That would have been big if he would have made it. Now a chance for Meralco to really apply a lot of pressure on San Miguel if they can get a score here.
Here's Banquero. San Miguel desperate for a stop. He attacks Kwame Chongson, goes on the drive, will go and shoot 2.
Oh,
and he's holding his arm here.
He also took a shot there. Banquero, again, finding that seam and going in hard. Let's hope he is okay. He's grimacing in a lot of pain. Tonight, he hasn't shot a free throw yet.
And we all know that Chris Banquero is a warrior. For a while, he actually fought through a back injury just a while back. Actually, towards that championship run they had in the Philippine Cup.
Correct.
As we take a look at this, watch his left arm, by the way. That's what he's holding. Not quite sure what happened there, but either way, he felt it, and maybe that's why he missed it. Still shaking that left hand.
So 5 points, ladies and gentlemen. Used to be a sort of semi-safe lead, but we have this thing called the 4-point shot now. Anything can happen.
Splits the free throws, though, so that means it will be a 6-point lead with 36 seconds left here for the Meralco Bolts to try and hold off the San Miguel Beermen. But, partner, you know, you take a look at what the Meralco Bolts have done in the last 2 games. Again, they limited their opposition to less than 100 points, and we consider that to be one of the improvements here of the Meralco Bulls throughout the conference. Just how big is it for them if they can actually hold off the San Miguel Beermen to just below 100 and get the win as well?
Absolutely huge for them if they can get this W, and if they can do it while getting them under 100 points. Of course, that really bodes well for the coaches having goals every game.
Chris Newsom, take a look at some of his highlights here. He has 20 points in this game to go with around 4 assists and 3 rebounds. New got off to a hot start, 10 points in the first quarter, but then was quiet up until that second half where he scored 10 again. But partner, you take a look at how Chris Newsom plays here. It feels like he is not just a bellwether, but really the spiritual, emotional leader of this Meralco team, and seeing him do well, everyone else does well.
Yeah, definitely. They all take their cues from the activity and the energy that Newsom brings to the table, and he's brought it tonight. Again, just a few minutes in the first half, 11 minutes, but he has had a whole second half to make good things happen. 20 big points, 6 out of 11 from the field. He's got 4 boards, and he's not done yet.
54.5% from the field here, Dom, Chris Newsom.
Yeah.
Some of the fans already saying that, hey, this game might be done, but then don't count San Miguel out ever. They can score in a hurry. Let's see if they can do that here. Marshall Lassiter, can he hit a big one here? Marshall thinking about it. Oh, he's hounded here by the white shirts. Short shot clock. CJ Perez has to go. That's a tough look. That's an offensive foul against CJ Perez, and that might be the killer blow.
I think you are definitely correct. If that is the call that will hold out, that is not just an opportunity lost for the Beermen to score. It's an opportunity for Meralco to go to the free throw stripe and create a little more distance. Let's look at it right here. Yeah, he kicked out.
Yeah, he did.
He super kicked out there. That looked like the shoe brand logo. I won't say what it is.
Well, here is almost a backcourt violation, almost a turnover. And do they complete it? No, they don't. They're going to say it's a pushing foul against the San Miguel Beermen. Wami Chongson beside himself. And should the CJ Cancino drain the free throws, the resulting free throws here, that will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, just the big problem now, not so much the lead, just not enough time to break that sucker down. Just 14.2. And now, let's see, at 7 points, they can make it, with this free throw, a solid 2-possession. You got to make 2 4-pointers in 14-second thing. That's not very likely.
And Wami Chongson unable to get that to go. That would have been the first as CJ Perez tries to go to the corner. And that'll do it almost as we just await the final score here. But partner, the San Miguel Beermen, we have to give credit to the Meralco Bulls for this, have limited the Meralco Bulls have limited the San Miguel Beermen to only 13 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's huge. Again, turning it up on defense is really the hallmark of their success, and they are doing it the right way. Good defense leads to better things on offense, and a lot of guys played well tonight, but this guy played huge.
Our best player of the game was brought to you by Honda, the Fish and Motorcycle, the PBA. Akil Mitchell comes away with the best player of the game plaudits. What great numbers for him here.
Yeah, absolutely. High percentage, big boy plays left and right, and he made this big W against a very big team possible. 26 points, 16 boards, a nice double-double, 5 assists on 9 of 19 from the field.
Final score, 100-93 here in favor of the Meralco Bulls. A big win for them. Final score brought to you by Honda, the Fish and Motorcycle, the PBA.